Well, the PSAL is at it again. We've seen the football championships this weekend, and it is fascinating to me. It really is fascinating how they break these divisions down. I'll never understand it. We've seen it happen with football, baseball, boys basketball, girls basketball is an absolute joke. I mean, tis the season of 92 to 10 scores that you'll see because the divisions are all screwed up and who's where and who should be in the bottom division and they're in the top division and who should be in the top divisions in the bottom division and all this stuff. Just, again, PSAL at its best. Boys basketball, we've seen the same thing. Not so much. I feel like they've gotten a little bit better with boys basketball. Baseball's an absolute joke in terms of how they separate the divisions. I'll never understand it. Girls basketball also, but football as well. I mean, do we remember last year? Or not last year. It was a couple of years ago. They had FDR in the same division as Erasmus and Curtis, and I think FDR had Erasmus and Curtis both on the schedule. I mean, how fair is that? And then you have Petrides and what was it, Springfield Gardens, who were in the 1A championship. And again, credit to Dave Alla and Petrides. That's a great program there. I'm not taking anything away from them. But the bottom line is they are not a 1A football team. They should be in the 2A. Why did they get moved down from the 2A to the 1A? It makes no sense to me at all. Makes no sense whatsoever. So now you have two teams that are beating up on everybody, and shocker, they're in the championship game. Shocker. And Petrides won, and again, that's great. I'm happy for them. Go Panthers. But at the same time, what are we doing? Why are we putting teams that should be in a top division and putting them down? And we had boys and girls in Bryan today. I mean, can make the case for boys and girls to be maybe a division up, although Bryan beat them today 27. I think it was 27-19 or 27-18 was the final there. So Bryant takes home the 2A. Sheepshead Bay, I'll always call it Sheepshead Bay, not Frank Marasciola, Bola, Fola, what the hell they call it now. I'll always call it Sheepshead Bay Sharks football. Who they play? Oh, they beat Madison yesterday, 46-6 in the 3A. So you would expect. See, my thing is you would expect now Sheepshead Bay to be moved up. I mean, they just put a whooping on the number two seed Madison 46-6 in the championship, but they were a six seed. They got hot. Are we really going to move them up? I mean, again, I don't know how the criteria works. My thing is AP Philip A Philip Randolph. I think is a team that can compete in the 4A. I think Madison can compete in the 4A, although they had a disastrous game yesterday. And Sheepshead Bay again. I'll always call Sheepshead Bay. Sheepshead Bay shows that they belong. Okay. And then we get to Tottenville and Erasmus today. And Tottenville, by the way, has just pulled within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion of tying 28-20, and they'll punt now. Well, they'll kick it, try and pin Erasmus deep. I'm assuming. Um, I mean, again, no issues here. I really have no issues with the 4A. Um, is Tottenham looking to do an onside kick here? Wait a second now. They're at the 30. They're at the 30 yard. They're at Erasmus's 30-yard line. Why are you attempting an onside kick? Pin them back. Literally, you're giving them tremendous field position, and Erasmus can run the football. One good run, they're either going to get good yards to get into the red zone or close to the red zone. Oh my God, they're onside kicking it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Tottenham just onside kick the ball, and they didn't. Oh my God, they didn't get it. They didn't get it. Erasmus Hall recovers. Oh my God, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why would you? Well, I tell you right now, right there, The football gods right there. You know how the football gods respond with that? Erasmus Hall is going to run one up the gut for a touchdown. Erasmus now is at the Tottenville 40. Tottenville attempted an onside kick. I don't know why. They've just pulled within 28 to 20. They try an onside kick. There's still 2:50 left and they have three timeouts. There's the run. Oh my God, he's going. He's going all the way. Touchdown, Erasmus. Touchdown, Erasmus. 34-20. That's the game. That's the game right there. The Dutchmen have won another shitty championship. I don't understand the play call here. I'm baffled. You have not. Okay, I could see if you had no timeouts. If you have no timeouts, it's still risky. But I would say, okay, you know what? Go for it. You have three timeouts and there's 2 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. Why would you onside kick it? That makes no sense. And Erasmus, they get the extra point. I don't know if they did or not. Looks like they missed. I don't know. 34-20. So now you have 2 minutes, 41 seconds now. Tottenville's down by two touchdowns. I'm just trying. And again, shout out to Sage Media Solutions. Tremendous job they've done all weekend. Tremendous job. I mean, absolute great coverage of every PSAL. I can't wait for their basketball coverage this fall. Sage Media Solutions, shout out to them. Tremendous job. But I mean, my goodness, what are you doing if you're Tottenville? I'm trying to actually sit here right now. And I'm actually trying to figure out the logic of why you would do that. Why you would, at your own 30-yard line, attempt an onside kick. You have three timeouts. You have 2 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. You have three timeouts. It's a 28-20 ball game. What are you doing? Good kick by Erasmus, but there's another flag. By the way, if you want to watch on YouTube, Sage Media Solutions, look it up on YouTube. I'm still trying to figure out this out. And we've seen a lot of crazy calls last night with the Alabama game, although it paid off to get the touchdown. But I don't know. Again, even if you don't know football, folks, and Tottenville has had a great season. I mean, they're not 8-0 for nothing. They have a pretty solid coaching staff. Brian Neville's done a great job there. I'm not taking anything away from any of the coaches at Tottenville, but I ask you, what is the logic right now with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock against a team like Erasmus Hall, where you would try an onside kick from your own 30 with three timeouts left? You have three timeouts left, 2:45 on the clock, you're down 28-20. Why in God's name would you do an onside kick there? The Tottenville just fumbles the ball. They're going nowhere. Yeah, this game's over. Erasmus, and it's another flag. Refs have been. I will say this though about the PSAL referees. I mean, I feel like every game I'm watching this weekend. I mean, the game's not about you. They're throwing a flag literally every play, every play. I mean, come on. It's championship football. Keep the flags in your pockets. Come on. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your yellow flags. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. But you got to give credit to Danny Lamberg and Erasmus Hall for winning another championship. Um, yeah, wow. But my point, getting back to the divisions. Again, this morning, I'm not taking anything away from the treaties or yesterday morning. But that's not a 1A team. And with Port Richmond, I give Lou Vesci and the coaching staff of Port Richmond so much credit because there were teams that were sent down. New Utrecht was sent down and had a better year last year than Port Richmond didn't win a game last year. They won not one football game last year. Not one. And they were kept up. New Utrecht won, I think, about four or five, and they were sent down. And what Port Richmond did this year was go 5-3. I mean, their reward was getting Tottenham in the first round of the playoffs, but they made the playoffs. That's, I mean, you got to give credit to Lou Vesci and Port Richmond what they did. But the bottom line is that school shouldn't have been there. And who knows if Port Richmond was in the 3A? Hell, Port Richmond could be winning a city championship. I think Port Richmond easily could have got back to a city championship game if they were in the 3A this year. Instead, you know what? They did what they had to do. They went 5-3. They beat the teams they had to beat, and that was it. But it just doesn't make any sense to me why they would still be in the 4A when they didn't win a game all year last year. They were 0-8. Why keep them up? And we've seen it with baseball too. See, listen, CSI McGowan is a baseball program. They should have been in the 1A 3 years ago. And I don't know about Petrides now, but Petrides should have had a 3, 4 year run in the upper division, and they didn't. Again, I would love to have a PSAL person come on and say why, but we see it with the football team as well with Petrides. And again, I'm not taking anything away from Dave Ohl, and I said this on Facebook. I was like, "Oh, well, you're just hating on Petrides." I'm not hating on Petrides, and it's great that they won a city championship. Woohoo! Wow, great. But I'm also Springfield Gardens also. The team they played. Those two teams should not have been, they are not a 1A football team. You can make a case that they're a 3A team. They're definitely a 2A team. Definitely a 2A. And they had success in the 2A last year, as did Springfield, which is why they were sent down is beyond me. And then this year, you'll see it again with the girls basketball. You'll see teams like CSI and Port Richmond that should not be where they should be. Okay, you'll see teams like Madison basketball not be where they should be. And you'll see the 92 to 10 scores. And I don't know who that benefits. I don't know what that's helping. I don't know how we're growing the product of PSAL athletics. I don't know how. Because you look at CHSAA, you look at the Catholic schools, and you see now they're flawed also. They're not perfect. But it's much more enjoyable to watch a majority of the Catholic school athletic games than it is PSAL. Because again, why are we having FDR football, who's won 3 games in 10 years, going up against an Erasmus Hall team who's gotten to the championship 11 straight years? How is that fair? Well, why is watching a 57-7 game interesting? And I think they should open up with the playoffs also. I think they should revamp the playoff format. Because again, you have 8 teams in the 4A making the playoffs. So my thing was you had Port Richmond now was the 8th seed. They faced Tottenville. Well, we knew that wasn't going to be a thing. Eagle Academy actually was pretty solid against. Actually, no, I'm sorry, it wasn't Eagle Academy. Erasmus was the two. Who did Erasmus play? I know Eagle Academy played Curtis. JFK played Lincoln. I don't know who Erasmus played, but they played a team that they beat the crap out of. I think you should have a 10 team format and maybe 7 plays 10, 8 plays 9. Just change it up. Or maybe the one seed gets a bye. I don't know. But the thing is, having the one seed play the eight seed in the football so far, it's not working out. It's not working out at all, and it makes for bad football. And the seedings I thought were insane. Oh, South Shore. South Shore actually played Erasmus, which is a disservice to South Shore because that's the second year in a row where South Shore has had a solid season and they've been ranked, 5, 6. That's going to be a Tottenville touchdown. 34-26. See, now, again, now you do the onside kick. Oh, now it's interesting. Now, do you go for the 2 points to make it 34-28? Or do you kick the extra point, just keep it a touchdown game, 34-27? And another flag. God almighty. It's a flag on every play. Think it's on Erasmus, right? So Tottenville's going to kick. Wow, this is getting good here. I said this morning Erasmus 34-25. Now it's 34-26. Tottenville's going to go for the extra point. Now you have a minute 5 seconds left. Okay, this is when you do the onside kick. Oh, don't go anywhere, folks. Don't go anywhere. In the meantime, like I said, I'll stay on my soapbox because Queens a lot, Queens High School also with the baseball. That team has won, I think, again, 2 games in 7 years. Why are they still in their same division? My thing should be if you win a championship or you're top four in that division, you should automatically move up. Unless obviously it's the 4A. You're not going to go anywhere in the upper division. But there should be some criteria. And I know, again, I don't know. I don't know the exact breakdown. I know they go by the number of kids in the school and this and that. That's hogwash to me. That's hogwash. I mean, you can't sit there. Oh, because because one school has this many kids. Well, okay, you have a school that has X amount of kids, so many kids, and they're downright horrible at sports. Then you have Petrides or Lafayette, which are smaller schools, but oh, they're not really enrolling that well. We'll keep them down. Lafayette won a championship when they should have been up. That Petrides team, once they won that championship in 2017, they should have went up. And it took them long enough to put Curtis, which again, I don't know why it took them that long to put Curtis up in the baseball anyway. They were a team that was very competitive every year. So now we got to stay with this now. It's a minute five. Also, I like that the championship games are back at Midwood High School. That's what it was for years. I think they got too commercial when they were putting them at Yankee Stadium. It's enough. Yeah. Well, they don't have. I don't think they have the baseball championships there anymore. I think they got them at. They didn't have them at Yankee Stadium this year. I think they had them at. I think it was Ferry Hawks. Well, yeah, this year I think they had it at Ferry Hawks. All right, onside kick from Tottenham. Let's see how this goes. Minute 5 left. They're gonna onside kick it. I think Erasmus recovered it. I can't see. Yep, Erasmus recovered. So there it is. There is your. I mean, that's pretty much it right there. And that call is gonna haunt you for a while. going for that onside kick with 2:45 when you were down 28-20. Ugh, gruesome, gruesome. Well, hats off to Erasmus. And Tottenham had a great year. But again, we can go on, we can wax poetic forever on this whole PSAL thing and how they realign these divisions. The thing is, I'm telling you this year, no, I'm guaranteeing you, you'll see girls basketball scores 92 to 6, 87 to 10, 77 27, and you'll see a lot of them. And just think, okay, what's really going on here? And maybe if enough people speak up, maybe PSAL will be forced to take action. Because right now their product is suffering immensely. Because no one wants to see 37 to 2 scores. Oh, I'm not talking about basketball. I'm talking about baseball. No one wants to see a 37 to 2 score on a varsity baseball game. Nobody wants to see 92-16 in a girls' varsity basketball game. It's pathetic. And until we start looking and really looking and have smart people go through, okay, best teams in the divisions, best teams in the borough. That's how we're going to break it down. Until that happens, you will unfortunately see this. You will see FDR lose by 57 points to Erasmus in football every year. And you'll continue to see it. Dewitt Clinton also. Why is Dewitt Clinton up there? Canarsie. They both didn't win a game all year. So they should be moving down, right? It's not a guarantee. PSAL at its finest. Oh boy.